Welcome back to We're Having Fun. I'm Mark. Hello.
Hi, I'm Krista.
We're back. It's a new day. Happy 4th of July.
Yeah.
And I'm proud to
Be an American.
Yeah, 4th of July.
I mean, technically it's not yet when we're recording this, but
Right.
when you guys hear it, it will be.
Yes,
so.
it will. Theoretically, unless, because it's not like I haven't been known to.
Okay, yeah, but you
Release
have
a
the
little
day
later.
off. You have July 4th off. Surely.
I'm gonna be real busy that day. Got so many cookouts to go to.
Right?
Anyway, so we're back, and we went and saw the most patriotic movie in the world.
Yeah, kind of a weird one to be doing for July 4th, but it's fine.
Hey, beating up Nazis should always be the
There you
American
go.
way, So we're watching Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny this week. Mm-hmm. But before we get into it, I know we got trailers. Do we have any news we need to talk about beforehand? I don't think I have any news.
I don't think I do either.
All right, let's get into the trailers then.
Okay.
What did we see?
So the first trailer we saw, and these were mostly new trailers too.
Yeah.
Only one of them was a repeat.
Yeah.
First one we saw was Dumb Money, which
Dumb
is
Money.
about
Oh, yeah.
the GameStop stock thing.
Yeah. They're making movies about just like weird little
Random things.
history
Yeah.
things. Yeah, it's like, oh, the shoe. We got Michael Jordan to agree to a shoe. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Not really something I was like, man, I need to know all about this.
They're like, we've had too many World War II movies. We've
Yeah.
had too many movies about all this stuff. Let's find like this really like niche thing and go for it.
Let's talk about the BlackBerry phone. Like, okay, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Looks fine if you're interested in it.
Yeah, it's got some good people in it.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be going to see
No,
it in
I don't think
theaters.
so either.
Yeah, I don't have much to say about that. What do we got next?
Okay, so the next one, we're watching it. Jason Statham's on the screen, and we're like, what is this?
Yeah.
What's happening? Because I'm like, another Fast and the Furious thing?
Yeah,
'Cause, you know,
or maybe Hobbs and Shaw.
yeah, Hobbs and Shaw 2
yeah.
or something. And now Sylvester Stallone shows up.
Megan Fox is there.
Yeah.
And they're fighting. I'm like, are they remaking Mr. and Mrs. Smith?
Yeah.
What's happening
Yeah.
there? It's really weird. And then, Stallone shows up, and I'm like, oh no. They did it again.
Yeah. So it's Expendables 4. I didn't
Yeah.
even realize there was an Expendables 3.
Yes,
Apparently
there was. It was a few years back.
Although technically, I guess it's more Expend-4-Bles.
Bulls, yeah. It's
I
like
think because they.
7 in. Yeah.
It's like, okay,
Yeah.
weird.
They're like gotta be cool and extreme,
I haven't seen a single one of those movies, so.
I saw the first two. The first one, it's awful. I'm sorry. But it's a really bad action movie. The second one I actually liked because it was ridiculous and it's like they're just like, all right, this movie's stupid. Let's just throw in like, oh, we got Bruce Willis here. Let's have him and Arnold Schwarzenegger ride around an airport in a golf cart or something like that. Like,
Oh my gosh.
okay. I don't know if that's what actually happened. I can't remember, but
Yeah.
it's so dumb. And I was like, all right, I'm fine with that. And then I didn't watch 3 because, I mean, that's enough.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah.
And I don't need to see a 4th one.
No.
Who's asking for a 4th one? I'm pretty sure the 3rd one did pretty badly.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I don't know why we're clamoring for a 4th one. Whatever.
Yeah.
If you like them, hey, enjoy.
Good for you. Have
There
fun.
was 50 Cent in it, the rapper, and he makes a joke about don't shoot him in the face.
Yeah.
Because he was shot in the face 9 times. In real life,
Wow.
fun joke.
Joke about that.
Got him.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, weird movie. Anyway, it doesn't seem like it has the star power of the other ones, honestly.
Yeah.
Unless it's just like young stars that I don't know, which is very possible.
Could be.
But, yeah. Anyway, let's move on.
Okay, so next up, Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer style. Yeah. What about Gangnam Style? I mean, it looks fine.
Yeah. It's not something I want to go to the movie theater to see, but...
No. Yeah. Christopher Nolan's either like something...
I was about to say, I forget who the director was. Christopher Nolan. Okay.
He's either something that I'm like, man, that looks cool. I want to see it. Or it's something like, I have no interest in seeing that.
Yeah.
Like Interstellar. I could not care less about Interstellar.
I saw it. I know somebody who is like a big fanboy of Interstellar, and no other movie is as good as Interstellar. I watched it. Didn't care for it.
Yeah.
Could, just throw it out and I wouldn't care.
Yeah.
Wouldn't mind.
Same with like Tenet.
Didn't
never
see it.
saw it. Never really cared to see it.
No.
So it's just like, But the stuff I've seen that I do like, I really like them. So
yeah,
I don't know.
I guess
It's
I
weird.
never really liked Inception that much either.
Oh, really? I liked Inception.
It was fine.
I enjoyed it.
But I don't know. It was like, I've seen it once, I don't need to see it again.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever actually seen it again, but yeah. I don't see many movies twice. Yeah. But at the end of it, there was something like, somebody's like, you're the man who will shape the world or something like that. And because they take a weird beat after, you're the man. I was like, you're the man now, dog.
Oh my God.
I would have been like, yes. Go, Christopher Nolan. Great movie. I'll watch that. You built the bomb. You're the man now, dog. Perfect movie.
Oh, man. Yeah, so it looks interesting, but I don't want to see it in the theater. I might see it eventually.
Yeah, same. Did we have any other ones?
Yeah, we did. The next one was called The Creator. It was about AI taking over the world. It's like, okay.
I was like, oh boy, here we go.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't really have much to say about it. Not interested.
Yeah, I don't know that it looked bad or anything, but... It started off really like, oh boys. But as it went on, I was like, okay, this doesn't seem too bad.
Yeah.
Because, it's the whole, AI and human working together to unite the world or whatever. So it'll probably be all right.
Maybe.
Or maybe not. It's hard to say.
Is that, who's the main guy in it? Is that
I don't know.
Denzel's son? Is that
I
him?
don't know.
John David Washington.
There you go.
He's in it, so.
Okay.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, I guess. I've never seen him in anything, apparently. So.
Yeah, but it could be interesting. I just don't really think I want to watch it.
Yeah, same. It's not, again, not that I'm going to the theater to see.
Yeah, I mean, I put beside it, no. So.
Yeah.
The only other one we had left was Haunted Mansion, which we have already seen before.
The exact same trailer we've seen.
Yeah, and we've
not
talked
much
about
else to say. Just kind of ready for it to just come out, just so I don't have to see the trailer anymore.
Yeah, and it didn't have a date either. It just said coming soon to theaters, I think.
I wonder if it's going to wait till October.
Maybe.
Spooky season.
And
or
that would
maybe
make
like
sense.
right before September or something.
Yeah, it'd be a good time to do it.
I think so too.
I think
so
beginning of October would probably be good. Because there's something else that's coming out at the end of September that I kind of want to see. Oh, no, middle of September. Because we've talked about this. We haven't talked about it on here. But the new Poirot, the new...
Oh, yeah. The ghost
Death
story.
in Venice, or I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks interesting. Because it's like you watch the trailer for it.
The most confusing trailer.
And you're like, what is going on? And then just suddenly Kenneth Branagh's on there and you're like, wait,
yeah,
what?
It's like the M. Night Shyamalan trailer without M. Night Shyamalan. The biggest twist.
It looks interesting. It's not based on a Poirot novel.
Yeah.
They're just sticking him in one of Agatha Christie's other novels, and it's like, okay, but there are plenty of other novels with him, but sure.
Yeah, but not with ghosts.
Not? Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, should be something.
It looks fun.
It does. Yeah, we'll see.
And that'll be coming out around my birthday.
Oh, boy.
Actually, it will be like, I think the release date is the day before my birthday.
Oh, really? Okay. Well.
Which also, because it'll be the oh my God, September 15th is the release date, which happens to be Agatha Christie's birthday.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so I'm assuming that's why they put it out on that day.
Yeah, you would think so.
You're like, go celebrate Agatha Christie's birthday by seeing a movie based on one of her books. With one of her big characters.
Yeah. All right. Was that it?
That was it.
That was all.
Unless you wanted to talk about the what was the other?
It was a State Farm commercial.
State Farm.
Yeah. Like, okay.
It's like all of these trailers and then a State Farm commercial. It's
yeah. It totally just interrupts the flow of.
Yeah.
the whole movie.
It's like, no.
experience.
You show these before the
you had
trailer.
like an hour before this to just show trailers or commercials and trivia.
It's like, put this over here with the M&M commercial where they're like, silence your phones and stuff,
Yeah. Or sign up for our thing that takes 10 minutes to get through.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, that's right. Because there's a little app or whatever, a rewards app or something. And they start playing the little commercial for it. And I'm like, oh, I'm just going to dance through this whole thing. Because in my seat, and I start dancing. I'm like, oh my God, how long is this? And it went on for like 2.5 minutes. And I was just like, I'm ready to stop dancing. Please let me stop dancing.
It's a bad commercial.
It just kept going. And it's just text on screen.
Yep, that's
just
it.
text and music. It's like, oh my gosh.
It's so bad.
Oh, yeah. Anyway,
so Indiana Jones, Dial of Destiny.
Yes.
The crowd, I will say, much different than the last crowd we were with.
Much better than the last crowd.
Yeah, much better. They also skewed much older.
Yes.
It was, a lot older because, they've been around with
Indiana
Indy.
Jones, they grew up,
Yeah, watching Indy, so that was cool. There was some, there were some kids there.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the kid with the sweet Indy hat?
I saw him as we were walking out.
Leaving,
he was right in front of us as we were walking out the front door. I was like, oh my gosh, he's got an Indiana Jones hat. This is so cute.
This is the best. Good for him. But
I was like, I kind of want to steal it, but I shouldn't steal from a child. Because he was right there, it was right within arm's reach.
Yeah.
But it just...
He would have just punched you in the face and taken it back.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I don't want to get...
the Indy way.
I don't want to get punched by a kid.
Yeah, not again.
I can't do this again.
Please stop hitting me. Yeah. So, what did you think of this movie, first of all, without spoilers?
No spoilers?
Yeah.
I've read, I've watched like one video where somebody was talking about how they didn't like it. And I was like, really? I don't understand how you could not like it.
Seriously.
I thought it was really fun.
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it a lot.
I really did. It's like, why are people mad about this movie? Did they not watch Kingdom of the Crystal Skull?
Because it's so much better than this.
It's so better than that. Like, that movie was bad.
And I don't know why it was better. I can't I
feel like it was just better pacing and not just stupid crap happening all the time. That you're like, oh my gosh, this is so stupid.
It was very long though, I felt.
It was like 2.5 hours.
I was like,
it's one of the longer ones.
If we could have cut that a little bit, we could have cut like 30 minutes out of that. I think I would have enjoyed it better. Because I was getting tired. But I was like, when is this thing going to end?
I didn't feel that way. I actually felt good the whole time.
But I mean, I don't know what you could cut. I'm sure there are some things that you could.
There's one part we could cut.
Oh, I can think of one thing that you could cut.
I don't know though.
I don't want to cut it though.
It's like the best part.
It was so funny because we were both just giggling, and I don't think anybody else around us was giggling at it. But I was just like,
It's so ridiculous.
I couldn't help myself.
It's great, but even like that ridiculous stuff is stuff like, oh, that's kind of fun.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so silly.
And the character that is doing this thing, it's like, yeah, this character would do this.
Yeah, exactly. He's an idiot who loves to shoot guns. Yeah. Oh,
I have to say I don't really like one of the characters very much, and it's one of the main characters.
Okay.
It's Helena Shaw.
The Wombat, really?
I like her. I like her okay, but there are parts of her character that I'm just like, why are you doing this? That I just didn't really like.
Okay.
But we'll go into it.
Get into that. All right. Okay.
So,
but
I do like her. I like the actress. And by the end of the movie, I did like her a lot better.
Yeah. Well, it was just, she grows and changes.
Yeah, it was just one section of it that I was like, girl.
Yeah. But I recommend this movie.
I think
it's good. Especially if you like Indiana Jones. Don't expect like Raiders.
No.
It's not that level.
No, it's not. It's not that great, but if you're looking for... I think it was a good end to it. I think it was a better end to it in some ways than Crystal Skull was.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But there are other parts of that I was like, oh, but this is sad. It's hard to talk about it without spoiling anything.
Yeah.
There were some kind of sad things about it, but overall, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And I don't want to watch Crystal Skull again.
No.
But I would watch this again.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think it'd be fun. Yeah, if I have an indie rewatch, I'll probably just watch.
Just be like, you know what? I'll just watch a video where somebody is like reacting to Crystal Skull and then be done with it.
Yeah, I might just watch the odd numbered ones, to be honest with you. Like, I don't even I mean, except for Short Round. Short Round's the only one.
That's true.
Reason I really want to watch Temple of Doom.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm like, it's fine.
Yeah, because the odd ones probably are the more entertaining ones of them.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
But, yeah. All
Okay.
right.
Anyway.
Well, let's get into what happened.
Yeah, because we both liked it.
Yes.
Now we're going into spoiler territory.
We are.
So, we start off... I even liked the beginning of this one, because, you know, when we were talking about Crystal Skull, we didn't even like the beginning of it, because the way it kind of didn't fit with the formula. This one fit a little bit more with the formula.
It did, yeah.
So, I did like that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess they are going for a red herring. Like
yeah, because they're going for something else.
Yeah.
And then...
something else comes about.
Yeah, exactly.
So it doesn't get confused with this alien that's not actually the alien. Like,
yeah, it's...
What was... still so...
And the thing is, it's not the alien that I hate. I don't mind the whole alien aspect of Crystal Skull.
Interdimensional beings.
Excuse me.
Sorry.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's not that I hate. It's just some of the other stuff.
Yeah.
I hate so many of the other things.
Yeah. Just go back and listen to that episode. You'll find all the things we hate.
God. Anyway, so we're back in World War II times. Nazi Germany.
Yep. Some kind of castle or church being blown up.
Yeah, there's like a treasure room kind of thing where they're taking all of the antiquities and stuff from that they've stolen.
Yeah,
because that's what Nazis did. They took a lot of
plunder,
of stuff like that. To the winner goes the spoils.
Yeah.
To the victor.
Yeah.
So they got all this stuff, but they have also caught a spy. Oh my gosh. Oh, and what they're looking for is called the Lance of Longinus? I'm not exactly how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
I always thought it was pronounced Longinus, but they pronounced it some other way in the movie.
Maybe because Longinus sounds crazy.
It does. But also, I'm from the South, and, we pronounce things weird. So, I'm going to say Longinus. It's the Lance of Longinus.
Stabbed Christ with.
Yes, exactly. Because when he was being crucified, there was like a Roman centurion or whatever who stabbed him in the side, and that's what they stabbed him in the side with. Supposedly it has some kind of magical powers or something, so Hitler, of course, is looking for it, because what else is Hitler going to look for? He's already trying to get the Ark of the Covenant, trinkets, I'm assuming this is after the whole Ark situation.
Yeah, I would think so.
So he's like, well, I can't get the Ark. Let's go for this lance.
Yeah.
So they have it, but they find Indiana. He's a spy. They're questioning him and everything.
Yeah. They used like AI to
de-age him.
Yeah, to like sample all of his old movies and stuff and use that for like reactions and stuff. It's him playing it with dots on his face and stuff. So it's like young Indiana.
Yes.
You're seeing, but it sounds like
old
Indiana. It's like, this is not what Indiana Jones sounds like.
They didn't de-age his
at
voice.
This age. Yeah. It's like, okay. I mean, and it's fine. There's a lot of the CGI that's like...
There are certain points of it where it's like, okay, we're getting an uncanny valley kind of thing going on here. But for the most part, it didn't bother me.
There's one part that bothered me pretty bad. Like, I mean, there were... As long as it stayed dark, because that helps CGI a lot.
It's when
they shine a flashlight right on his face, and he starts talking
movements that get me.
Yeah.
There's something about it that doesn't fit right.
Yeah.
And during the little...
Why did they shine light on it? Like, it looks bad in the light.
That's what you're talking about when they're interrogating him. And there's like light on like one part of his face, but you can't see his mouth that well. And then of course they shine the light on him. Yeah. And you see his mouth move, and there's just something about it. I think that's what it is.
Well, I mean, and his whole face gets like real smooth, and it's bad.
Yeah. So there are a couple of places where it's like, oh, this isn't that great.
Yeah, it might be one we come back to like in a few years, and it's like Air Force One.
Oh my gosh, yes.
That doesn't look good at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it didn't bother me too much.
Yeah.
It wasn't like in Rogue One. Rogue One bothered the crap out of me.
They brought in the dead guy.
Because of course, Peter Cushing has been dead for like decades or whatever.
Yeah.
And they come in and they have Peter Cushing. And I'm like, and there's something about it. It's just like, oh, no. I don't like this. I don't like this. It's like, I know he's dead. I know. I can't handle this. And also, they still didn't have it quite down at that point either. And I was just like, cringing the whole time, every time. That's why I don't like Rogue One that much. Everybody's like, oh, I love Rogue One. I'm like, every time he comes on screen, I'm cringing. I can't stand it. And then, of course,
is he on the screen that much?
He's on it
I
not
barely
that much.
remember him in there.
Not that much, but every time I was just like, I don't like this. And then, of course, at the very end, they have the whole Princess Leia thing where they de-aged her, and it looked nothing like her to me.
Really?
I didn't think it looked anything like young Carrie Fisher.
I haven't seen it in a long time. I don't remember.
It looked like a completely different person. I'm like, why didn't you just get a completely different person, honestly? Just have her daughter play it. But, I mean, it's like, if you're going to do that. But yeah, so this, I think they're getting a little bit better at it. But yeah.
Yeah, it's still
not perfect.
Yeah.
Especially with the voice thing.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. It sounded so bad.
And there's literally a guy who does like voice acting stuff. And he does a very good Harrison Ford. He has played a young Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
You could just get him.
Yeah.
Even if it's just to do the voice. just to mimic the voice, you know?
Yeah.
If you don't want to use his face. Because he looks kind of like Harrison Ford also. But okay, whatever. I can't think of his name. But... yeah.
You're talking about the guy from Solo, right?
No. Because when they got him for Solo, I was like, but this guy is right here. Why didn't you go for him? He's the perfect age for it and everything. I just can't think of what his name is though, but he was...
Is he an actor? Like actually acts and stuff?
He has done... I don't know if he's been in
YouTuber kind of guy?
No, I don't think he's done a lot of stuff, but he does voice acting for like video games too and stuff. Because he was... I think like isn't there a Telltale Games that's like a Batman? Mm-hmm. He did the Joker in it.
Okay.
So he does...
Are you talking about Mark Hamill?
It's not Mark Hamill. Yes, let's put Mark Hamill as a young Han Solo.
His voice. Let's get that out of there.
Mark Hamill as a young Han Solo. Perfect.
Well, he's right there.
He's right there.
What are y'all doing?
He can do the Harrison Ford voice. I've heard it.
Make him Lando, too. Just put him in everything.
We were so far off. So anyway, yeah, it's not perfect. Yeah. But I can live with it. It didn't bother me too much.
Yeah.
It didn't bother me as much as some things have bothered me in the past. But yeah, still not there.
Right.
So you see that they have Indiana, but he has a friend there who is like, trying to escape, trying to get away. Yeah. This is
Zola.
Toby Jones is his actual name. He played Zola in Captain America.
I was like, he's got to betray Indiana Jones, right? Because he's this guy.
But he's also Dobby.
He's Dobby?
He's Dobby, yeah.
Oh, boy.
He's played a lot of good characters, but he's played some bad characters, too.
He just looks evil.
Oh, my gosh. Anyway, this is Basil Shaw, which we find out later.
Yeah. I was like, is that a name I should know? I hope not. I was like, what was the dean's name? I can't remember his name. Was he Basil? Sure got shorter. Hope it's not somebody we're supposed to know.
No, this is a new character.
Yeah.
But he is also an archaeology professor. Mm-hmm. But he's at Oxford. So yeah, he's trying to get away because they captured Indy, but they didn't capture him. So he's like, just gonna like run through the woods real quick.
Yeah. Send out the dogs and the people after him.
Exactly, because they're like, he couldn't have been here by himself. He's got a partner. Go find him.
Yeah.
So they interrogate Indy. He gives them nothing, basically. And they're like, all right, well, we're just gonna hang him.
Yep.
So they're about to. Mm-hmm. He's like in the news and everything. And they hear something above them.
Yeah.
They hear a little
whistling. Yeah.
coming down. It lands right in front of them. Doesn't explode. It's just sitting there, like half in the floor. Yeah. And they're like, "Oh, this isn't good." They just kind of stare at it.
Yeah, and they just keep. And they just falls through the floor.
Yeah, they just keep watching it as it falls through the floor. It falls and falls and falls. It explodes. Kills all those people.
He's hung up.
Does not touch him. Fine. He's fine. He's absolutely fine. I mean, we know he's.
They kick the box out from under him, doesn't break his neck. He swings by his neck like a lot, does not break his neck. Because it is impressive.
Because at first he has his hands tied behind him, but he does get them loose and can kind of like grab the rope.
That initial jolt is usually what breaks your neck.
Yeah.
But yeah, so. He's swinging around.
Yeah, but
And
he
the
does.
thing he's hung up from breaks and falls.
They've got him like hanging up by a gargoyle.
Yeah.
Basically.
Luckily, it breaks at the right time where he's able to swing over to
Yes.
a platform that hasn't fallen down.
Mm-hmm. So he's there, and then it starts falling through the hole.
Yeah.
And he's still
Gonna take his head off with it.
he's still attached to it, but he
Yeah.
manages to get it off.
Yeah.
And it goes underground. He gets out of there.
They've loaded everything up on the trains and
Yes,
stuff. They've
'cause
captured
Toby Jones.
Oh,
Toby Jones has Indy's bag with him.
Yeah.
And so they're like looking through the bag to see what's in there.
It's got
his hat,
yeah.
it's got his whip, it's got a picture of Marion, of course.
Before they left, they went in and talked to like their scientists that were looking at the items and stuff. And one's Mads Mikkelsen.
Yes.
And they have the spear,
Yes,
or lance,
they lance,
whatever
yep.
it is. And he like touches it and he can tell something's weird about
Yeah.
it. So yeah.
But they're putting
They're
it.
like, he wants it.
Yeah, but they're loading them all up on the train and everything. Got everything going. The train is heading out.
Indy steals a car.
Indy steals a car.
Yep, and some officers just jump in the back with
Yeah.
him, like, "Hey, take us to where we gotta go."
Yep. So he starts going. There are these two
Followed by
motorcycles.
motorcyclists, yep.
Yep. That are like escorting them or whatever. So they're going down the road. The train is like over here. I did laugh at one
here.
over here.
They can't
Yeah. It's.
tell.
I'm sorry. It's over to the side.
Yeah.
There was one part where I started giggling in the theater at this point because he does this thing where he just kind of like goes off the road or he goes onto another road.
He kind of acts like he lost control a little bit because it's raining.
But it made me
something.
think of when we were coming back from Texas
Oh.
at Christmas, and I was like,
You know,
sometimes when I'm driving down the road, I just want to like ramp off the side and like, because I'm like, there's a fence over there. It'd be so fun to try to ramp over that fence like I'm in GTA. And you're like, this is why you don't drive
Yeah.
when we go to Texas.
I was driving to work the other day, and there was one of those trucks that loads cars up, and it had the ramps down and
Oh,
everything. I was
man.
like, thank
So
goodness
tempting.
Krista's not here. She would drive up this.
Because I'd be like, oh man, that looks like it would be fun.
Krista, this is not a game.
This is why I shouldn't drive.
In general, yeah.
Well, that and because I get very angry at the other drivers. Because, of course, I'm a perfect driver.
You are. Never made a
and
mistake.
everyone else is the worst.
It's true.
Oh, man. So...
Yeah, he eventually catches up to the train.
Yeah,
blows up all the motorcycles.
Yeah,
And the car.
he blows up the car. One of the motorcycles explodes. He jumps. One of the motorcycles has a sidecar. Mm-hmm. He ends up in the sidecar.
No,
at one point.
Yeah, I guess, but he gets back on the motorcycle.
Yes.
The car blows up, but he's driving it. There's a guy in the passenger car, the sidecar, and he's on the motorcycle. They're driving toward the train. He's like, "How do I get rid of this guy? Let me hit this tree where the sidecar will just snap off of the motorcycle." I'm like, that is insane.
It's like, I don't think that's how it
There's
works.
no way that would work.
That's gonna flip everybody around.
You're gonna get so messed up for that. I don't care how loosely that is attached. There's no way it's not gonna at least like pull you around.
There are so many like chases in this, like car
There are a
chases
lot
and
of
stuff,
chases,
where
yeah.
people are just like jumping in and out of cars and like barely missing things. I'm like,
Yeah.
how? This is so
It's
unrealistic,
insane.
but it's so fun.
It was fun, yeah. But that tree thing, I was just like, no, stop it.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
He
So,
catches up to the train.
He does. He catches up to the train. He
And-
jumps in there.
Yeah. Does he get on top immediately?
I don't know because he goes through the train
Yeah.
at one part because he finds these officers or these not officers, but these like little peons basically.
Yeah. But I
Who
feel
are,
like
like-
when he first gets
yeah.
on the train, he starts running. And this is where like the CGI was like, oh, that looks really bad. It was some bad CGI of him. If you look at him running, it's like, what is happening with that? That's bad. But
Yeah, I can't remember.
But yeah, he makes it into the train.
Yes.
Steals an officer's uniform.
Well, I think he was he already wearing an officer's uniform? He was already wearing an officer's
He was
uniform.
already wearing an officer's uniform.
Yeah, because
right.
that's when they got him for being a spy, he was already dressed up.
That's right.
He learned his lesson. He got the first movie, he did a terrible job of trying to get a...
Oh, because it was too small.
Yeah, because it was too small. In the third movie, he did good, but he was still, like, not like an officer or anything. This time, he's like, I'm going to be an officer.
And it's going to fit.
Really do it this time. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but he goes for that lance.
Yes. He finds the lance. There are these two guys that are in there with him.
He tries to act like he's an officer, and then he's supposed to take it, and they're like, wait, this is... And then they see that there's a bullet hole right where his heart should be.
And he's like, they're like, wait a minute, what?
How are you?
How are you still alive? And so he has to fight them off, basically, and run out. There are a bunch of other people chasing him. He's got the box that has the lance in it. But then he finally gets to a point where he can look at it.
Yeah.
And also, at the time that he's looking at it, it's kind of going back and forth between whatever he's doing and what's happening with Shaw.
Yeah, and like the head officer.
Yes, because they're like interrogating him, basically. And that's when Mads Mikkelsen shows up again. And he's like, hey, I just wanted you to know that the lance... Hitler's not going to be very happy to get this because it's a fake. Yeah. So they're like, well, we have to take it to him anyway.
Yeah, you're going to tell him no?
Exactly.
But he's like, but I got this other thing.
Yeah. But
pretty cool.
Yeah. But at the same time, Indy realizes it's a fake also. So he's like, well, crap. It's a replica. So, and also Shaw is like, okay, but the lance has no power. We were just trying to get it so that we could save it for history or whatever. Because it belongs in a museum. But yeah, Mads Mikkelsen, he's got something else. He's like, I've got something else. Hitler's going to love it. Yeah. It is the Antikythera mechanism.
Right. Dial made by Archimedes.
Yes, also known as the Archimedes dial. Yeah. The Antikythera mechanism is an actual thing that was found in a shipwreck, just like in the thing. I've heard about it before.
So this movie is a documentary.
Yes. No. They don't know if it was made by Archimedes. Okay. Probably wasn't. Yeah. But it was probably made around the same time that he was alive, so... Right. It could be. Yeah. Could be. But yeah, they don't really know what it does. Yeah. It's one of those like mystery things where they're like, I mean, it looks like it could be some kind of a clock. Maybe it does some kind of astronomical calculations. Maybe. Don't really know.
Maybe it's just some like tchotchke they sold at a market that, you could have for your home. Like, maybe, this looks interesting. I'll take this home.
And then some people say that it was like the first analog computer.
Sure.
So, I don't know. Don't really know what it does. Yeah. Some people are like, oh, it just counts down to the next Olympic Games.
Okay.
Okay. Weird. Weird that you would need that, but okay.
It was, I'm telling you, it's just promotional for the Olympics. They're like,
there you go.
Get your Olympic clock here.
Get your Antikythera clock here.
Be in the know when these naked guys are going to wrestle each other.
Exactly.
Here we go.
But anyway, in this, it's supposed to do something really, really cool. Apparently, they know exactly what it's supposed to do.
It won't make you an emperor, or if it'll make you a god. Yeah.
But they don't talk about it, what it actually does at this point. Right. So they go after Indy because, of course, they've
have set off the alarm.
Yeah, the alarms are going off. They're like, oh, there's somebody here that's not supposed to be here. So they go after him.
He's locked the door with the lance. He stuck it in the door.
Yes.
Running away from a bunch of people.
And then he pretends to be like sitting and eating with the other soldiers and stuff. And so they just kind of run by him and he keeps going on the other side of the train. So he gets to where Toby Jones is. Yeah. Because they've just left him there by himself. And once they get there, he also sees Mads Mikkelsen there. Yeah. Who does not have a name at this point. Right. So we're just calling him Mads Mikkelsen. Yeah. Honestly, once he does have a name, I'm probably just going to keep calling him Mads Mikkelsen.
I don't really remember it. I remember his fake name, but...
Yeah, he has two names, because he has a fake name and he has a real name. Yeah. So anyway, he sees him there, and he's like, oh, he has the Antikythera mechanism, the dial. He's like, yoink, and just takes it from him. Yeah. And then...
And he punches him in the face.
He punches him in the face. They get out of there, the two of them. Yeah. At one point, they're on top of the train. There are soldiers on top of the train. There's a big chase scene that way. Yeah. They get to the front of the of the ship is what I was about to say. Of the train.
The Allies are also like shooting at the train.
Yeah,
with
there's
planes.
a lot happening right now.
Going on. Yeah.
They get close to the front of the train. There's somebody there with like a big
There's an
machine gun
anti-air
kind of thing.
gun. Yeah.
Those people get killed. The gun is still going. It starts shooting people in the rest of the train.
Yeah, it just shoots the end of the train.
What is happening?
It's pretty crazy.
But they get around it, and then the main officer is there.
Yeah.
And so they have a big fight with him.
Keep going into tunnels. Everybody has to get down.
It annoyed me so much, that first tunnel. Because they're like, oh my gosh, the guy is just standing there. He's gonna get hit by this tunnel.
Yeah.
And Toby Jones goes, tunnel! And I was like, no! Just
Indy was also
Indy down.
gonna get hit. I don't know.
Just go, hey, down, duck, something.
Maybe.
But no. And
I don't know. Heat of the moment. You're yelling.
I guess so. But anyway, so
because Indy takes his sweet time. Like, he barely gets down.
Yeah, but also Shaw's not really the best. He does end up shooting Indy at one point when he's trying to shoot the officer.
Yeah, it's true. And the officer even like holds Indy up to the ceiling of the tunnel. I'm like,
because they go through a bunch of tunnels.
No. What? How's he not ripped apart? I know he's wearing a leather jacket, but he's not wearing a full body leather jacket where his butt sticking up against the tunnel.
But remember, he's
and
already he's dealt with stuff like this before because in the Last Crusade.
Yeah.
Where he was like
on that tank. Mm-hmm. But that tank is not going as fast as that train is.
That's true. But I mean, you've seen him do it once. What are you expecting?
He's like slowly being dragged by rocks on that one. And he got lucky that a bullet physics saved his life in that one.
But anyway,
he's the luckiest man alive. Literally.
So Toby Jones does end up shooting the officer. Mm-hmm. He falls off, or he gets kicked off. Basically. Yeah. And then they're like, all right, we've done it.
Yay.
Everything's good. Here comes Mads Mikkelsen. Yeah. He's got climbing up the side of the train. Mm-hmm. So he's kind of like on the side there. Yeah. With his head poked up, basically. And he's like, drop the gun. Mm-hmm. And
they throw it. Yep. Ask him to throw the thing to him. The dial. And
Indy
throws a sack at him.
Yep.
We assume the dial's in there.
Yep.
And then
there's like a
train thing.
Water spout thing.
Yeah.
And
those things.
Of course, Toby Jones is like, look out.
Yeah.
Andy manages to jump over it.
Kind of. He like trips
over a little bit. It smacks Mads Mikkelsen in the face. Full on in the face and knocks him off the train. I'm like, he's dead. He has to be dead.
Or he is in a bad state.
Or, he's got to be, his face is going to be all scarred up. Yeah. I'm waiting for him to show up later and have scars,
I thought he's going to be like Two-Face.
Exactly. Yeah. But no, he looks exactly the same.
He has a small scar on his forehead. That's it.
Yeah, it's like, no, that would
like, dude just got smashed in the face.
I mean, smashed hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
But okay.
And also, he didn't give him the dial, so.
Yeah.
Sucks to be Mads.
Yeah.
You Mads, bro?
Stop. So, they're still on the train, of course. There are the Allied planes are coming in. They're destroying stuff. They destroy the bridge in front of them.
Yeah. They're trying to get their attention, but it doesn't work.
Yeah. And
it's like, we have to jump. It's from the Homestar Runner.
Okay, I was like, well, it's obviously not from this, because that's not how they speak.
I don't know, old Indy.
So they have to jump off the train into the water below because the bridge is messed up and the train is just gonna derail. Yeah. So they jump down there and they're like, well, we did it.
They're fine.
Let's head back home. And of course, Toby Jones is like, but we didn't get the lance. Because at one point it drops off the side of the train, I think.
Who cares?
It's like
real.
it was a replica. It doesn't matter. It was fake. We don't need it.
Yeah.
We're not going to put this in a museum. Yeah. Come on.
It doesn't belong in a museum.
It belongs in the.
It belongs in the river.
It belongs on the side of the road. I don't care. So there we go. That's everything that happened in the past. Now we jump forward to.
Flash forward.
1969.
Yeah.
August, I think.
Sure, probably.
It's after July, that's for sure. Pretty sure it's sometime in August. They are, I don't know why. I don't know who they is. Indy wakes up. He is in his chair. He's in his recliner in his living room watching HR Puff and Stuff.
Is that what it was?
It was HR Puff and Stuff. HR Buffet stuff. Yep. So that's still playing on the TV.
Yep.
And he wakes up because there's loud music playing.
Yeah, his neighbors are really loud hippies.
Going crazy. Yep. And so he tries to yell at them through the window. They don't hear anything. It's too loud. He goes, knocks on their door. Mm-hmm. We get to see Indy without his shirt on as an old man. And I was like, not as hot.
I mean, come on, dude. He's
hot. Oh,
he's wrinkly. He's wrinkly. Fine. He's old. Like, it happens. But dude is still in good shape.
He's still in good shape. Yeah.
He was, to prepare for it, he was like riding like his bike like 40 miles a day or something like that. So like, dude's doing just fine.
He just looks older.
He's just old. What do you expect?
Exactly.
Come
But
on.
I mean, for being as old as he is, he's still looking pretty fine.
Sure. I don't know if I go that far, but I respect that he's in good shape.
But he goes and knocks on their door and tells them to cut that music out.
Yeah.
It's a
darn kids.
It's a weeknight or whatever.
It's a weekday. It's like 8 a.m.
Weeknight. It's a weekday. And they're like, yeah, but it's Moon Day.
Yeah. And I was like, what's Moon Day?
Yeah. They're all celebrating because of the whole moon landing thing.
Yep, they're back.
The astronauts are back. There's a big parade that's going to be happening. By the way, this takes place in New York. Mm-hmm. And
he's left his old college.
Yes, he's no longer
at Howard.
At the other college. He is at Hunter College in New York. Yeah, and he's getting ready for work. Mm-hmm. He looks down.
Well, he's making coffee or something.
Mm-hmm. There's papers, separation papers from Marion. Uh-oh, not looking good.
Not good. She filed for divorce, I guess.
Yeah, so he goes to work. He's teaching a class talking about the siege of Syracuse. Mm-hmm.
Unlike the other movies, his students could not care less.
Oh no, they're just like,
what he says.
Don't care.
And nobody writing anything on their eyebrows.
There's no love yous on eyelids this time. Yep. Nobody has read anything.
No. Nobody knows what's going on.
No.
People are falling asleep.
Exactly.
And he is pretty boring.
Yeah.
He doesn't really have that passion anymore.
Yeah. There's one person in the back who does answer a couple of questions. Mm-hmm. And the person in front of her just turns around like, why are you doing this?
Who are you?
Who are you?
Yeah, it's Fleabag.
Yeah. It is Helena Shaw, played by Phoebe Waller-Bridge. Mm-hmm. But we don't meet her yet.
Yeah.
He, after class, he's walking down his class gets interrupted because these people come in.
Roll a TV in. Yeah. So what are you doing? Is this the only class going on?
Yeah.
Are y'all doing this to every class?
It's like, the astronauts are here. It's like, okay.
Like, stop.
So after class, he goes to like his department or whatever. They're having a retirement party for him. He's getting ready to retire. Mm. So they've got their cake and everything for him.
They eat it too.
Yep. Actually, I don't know if they do.
Nobody knows.
They give him like a clock. Mm-hmm. Of course, because the clock, a dial kind of thing.
And he's always late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they give him that. Mm-hmm. He walks out. He immediately gives it to somebody else. Yep. He's like, I don't need this. Here, sell it.
Yeah, give it to a homeless guy.
Mm-hmm. And that's when we meet Helena Shaw. Yeah. She comes up to him. She's like, he's at a bar. He's having a drink. She comes up, talks to him.
He's retiring.
Yep. And she's like, you don't know who I am, do you? And
he's like, I'm sorry. Whatever I did. Sorry.
Yep. So she tells him who she is. It is Basil Shaw's daughter. His goddaughter. Yep. Helena.
Calls her Wombat.
Yep. He calls her Wombat. That's the little nickname. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so there we go. They get to catch up. Yep. Then we go to Mads Mikkelsen, who is in town.
Yep. Also, because he worked on the rocket that took him to space.
Yep. He's a physicist, rocket scientist, whatever you want to call it. His name is Dr. Schmidt. Mm-hmm. And he's
got a couple goons.
Yeah, he's got some goons there with him.
Yep.
One of them is named Kleber, which when they said it, I thought they said Clayton. So in my notes, it's all Clayton. But it's Kleber. I looked it up.
Okay.
Played by Boyd Holbrook.
Okay. Is that the Donald Pierce guy?
From Logan?
Logan,
yes.
Yeah. Okay. And then a big boy.
And then there's a big boy.
I was like, he's gonna fight this big stout boy eventually. He doesn't really.
He doesn't.
Surprisingly.
No.
Spoiler.
I mean, he does run into him a couple of times and tries to fight him, but he's like...
He is just too old to fight them.
I'm too old for this. Yeah, so big boy, whose name I do not know.
I think his name's Big Boy.
I think his name was like Hawk or something like that. But yeah, Big Boy. We're going to call him Big Boy. So yeah, Schmidt is talking to, there's a room service guy who brings him food. Mm-hmm. And he's talking to him, and apparently that guy was in the war and everything.
Yeah. Schmidt's like, y'all didn't win the war.
You didn't win the war. Hitler lost it.
Yeah.
But also, he's talking to this guy, and he's like, where are your people from?
Yeah. Because he's black.
Why?
Yeah. And he's like, I was born next to Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, bro, stop it.
Very Nazi of him.
So yeah, Helena and Indy talk about how Shaw was obsessed with the dial. He had like 11 notebooks or something like that, and
drove him crazy.
Yeah, so she has some of them, and she's like, I know that it was lost in the river.
Yeah, she's doing like her PhD thesis on it or something. Yes. Yeah,
and
she wants to go get it.
She wants to go find it because she's like, I looked at the train route that you guys were on. This is the only place that it could have fallen.
Gotta be here.
And so I think that maybe we should go try to find it.
Yeah.
Because she's like, it'll make me famous. I mean, renowned.
Yeah.
And all this stuff. And he's like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, she wants him to come with her.
Mm-hmm. They talk about how it was only half of the dial because it was broken in two.
Yep.
And maybe they can find the other half also. Mm-hmm. But for now, all she cares about is that one.
Yeah. And he's like, keeps saying like, do you not remember like the last time I was at your house with your dad? Like, why are you doing this?
Exactly. And she's like, no, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So there's somebody who's following her, a woman who's following her.
Mm-hmm.
And so she calls it in and lets Schmidt and his people know that she knows where Helena is. Mm-hmm. So he shows up, or his goons show up.
Yeah.
And they're at the college trying to find him.
She convinces him to like help her out because he's like, why are you obsessing with this thing that drove your father crazy? And she's like, well, wouldn't you also? Yeah. And he's like, okay, I'll take you.
Yeah.
I'll let you go crazy. It's fine. So.
I mean, because technically he did go after, he went after the Holy Grail because his dad was missing going to find it. But that was like the thing that his dad was obsessed with. So he kind of knows about having a father that's obsessed with some kind of thing and then going for it himself. Yeah. So,
so he takes him to like their like...
It's like the museum archives or something. Yeah,
pretty much.
And it's there. He has it. It's there.
She's like, I knew you didn't destroy it.
Yep.
Like, how did you know I was supposed to destroy it?
Yeah, exactly.
If you don't remember our last meeting.
Exactly. So it supposedly can predict fissures in time.
Yeah.
So that you can go back into the past, I guess, or whatever. But you have to have the whole thing for it to work.
Yep.
So yeah, Indy took it the last time that he met with Shaw. We get a flashback of it later. Yeah. And yeah, she does remember.
Yeah, because the guy Shaw wanted to destroy it, and he's like, it belongs to the museum. Something like that. And he took it. Shaw made him promise that he would destroy it. He's like, yeah, I'll totally do that.
Yeah, exactly.
And he never did.
Nope. Breaking promises, breaking hearts.
Yep.
So now she has the dial.
Yep.
And the bad guys show up.
Yeah.
They shoot some of the people in his department.
Yep.
Even though the one lady's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Let's stop doing this.
And they're just like, okay, shoot.
Exactly.
Yeah, the main goon is very trigger happy.
Oh, yeah.
As we mentioned earlier.
Yeah, Kleber, very trigger
happy. Shoots first, asks questions never.
Yeah, exactly. He's not the best.
Yeah.
So, all of this is happening. How did they not hear the shots?
Yeah, they had silencers.
Oh, did they? Mm-hmm. Okay. I wasn't paying that much attention. So they go in. Mm-hmm. They're like, Shaw, give us that. She runs off. Yep,
she takes off. Closes the gate behind her, locks Indy in there.
Yep.
Like, bro, what? Why?
Exactly.
What are you doing?
So he has to find another way out. He like knocks over a bunch of shelves. Yeah. And knocks them over on top of something.
Yeah. Falls on a guy.
But he gets across there, starts going out, but then he notices that his colleagues have been shot.
Yeah.
And he tries to help, but nothing, he can't help them. They're dead, basically. So
yeah.
He's got blood on his hands.
Yeah, and he touches a phone, so he leaves bloody fingerprints, I guess. Which I guess is supposed to frame him for murder, which seems weird.
It does. Know. Because it's like, yeah, okay, but why would he have been calling for help?
Yeah, I don't know.
So yeah, he's being framed for murder. Pretty much.
She's running along the rooftops. There's a parade forming outside for the Apollo astronauts. So
after he tries to call the police, somebody gets him basically before he can.
Yeah.
Or he calls and he asks for help.
Yeah.
But they catch him before he can really say what's happened and everything.
Right.
And they take him out to...
He gets a bag put over his head so much in this movie.
Yep. They just did not want his face anywhere.
Yeah. We gotta put a stunt double in here. Let's give Harrison a break.
Exactly.
Put a bag over him.
So they put him in the back of a car or a van or whatever.
Truck, a van.
They're trying to get through the streets, but of course there's the parade. They get stopped. He manages to get out.
They end up backing up into a taxi.
That's right.
And then they have to go out on foot.
They have to walk out. They start walking through the parade.
Yeah, where there's protesters.
Yes.
And he starts to chant.
Like, hell no, we won't go. And that causes some havoc, and he's able to get away.
Yeah.
He goes up.
And we also found out while they're in the van, they got files on him and everything. So he found out that the lady that was following Shaw
is part of the CIA.
Yeah,
her name is Agent Mason, although I do not recall ever saying her name.
saying that either. Yeah.
But yeah, her name is Agent Mason. So we know who she is.
Yeah. But he gets away.
Yeah.
Tries to get to the cops on a horse. And the cops are just like, what's going on? What's happening?
There's a parade going on here. What are you doing?
I need you to go real slow on this one.
Exactly. And they're like, they're over there. They are trying to kill people. So the officer's just like, wait, what? Where?
Yeah. So the bad guys just come up and just punch him in the face.
Yeah.
Punch the cops in the face. Like, okay, well, that went well.
So he jumps on the horse.
Yeah. I thought this was a fun chase visual looking thing. Him just running through this parade on a horse.
Yeah. He jumps.
Ticker tape and stuff.
He jumps on a horse. Claver jumps on a motorcycle. Motorcycle. The big guy just steals a car with like
the homecoming queen or something. I don't know
what she's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like Miss New York or whatever.
Yeah.
And she's screaming the whole time. The whole time.
Yeah. I kind of would be too.
Yeah.
It was scary.
It's like you could have let her out, you know?
Yeah.
They drive by the astronauts at one point, and the astronauts are just like, what in the world is happening? He's trying to get away. He ends up taking the horse into the subway to get away from him, and almost gets hit by 2 trains.
Yeah, rides down the tracks and just like last second getting off the tracks and then followed by a train.
But he makes it out. He gets onto the train that he almost gets hit by.
Yep.
And just in time because Agent Mason is there. And
yeah.
she sees him and he gets away.
Yep.
So they've both gotten away because also Helena has made it away from everybody.
She was going on the rooftops and I don't remember. Oh, she just went down and got away. And they're like, way to go. Because you were so like gun happy, she got away.
Yeah,
Good
exactly.
job, idiot. What happened?
So we go back to Schmidt. And I don't remember what he's talking about, but he does mention something about.
I think he gets a call that they got away and everything, and he's pissed about it.
But he says something about the next frontier after space because they've already conquered space.
Oh yeah, he was being interviewed by probably a newspaper or something, and they're like, "Yeah, what are you gonna do next?" Mm-hmm. I'm like, "Can we use that?" No, or something like that. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, and he says yes, and they say no.
Yeah, but they're trying to get him out of there and going to... Where were they going to go?
I thought they said somewhere in California, but I'm not sure.
Maybe.
And he was supposed to be getting a medal, maybe?
Oh, no, he's going to meet the president and get a medal from the president.
Yeah.
And so they're like, you better be on that plane. That's where you better go. Mm-hmm. I think it goes to Indy. Is this when he meets with, like, Sala?
Sala does show up, yeah.
Yeah.
Because Sala is now in New York.
Yeah.
He's a cab driver.
Mm-hmm.
And his family, Indy helped his whole family get to New York, basically.
Yeah. And he's got a lot of newspaper clippings about Shaw. Mm-hmm. Helena, she's kind of a thief, and she's wanted in a lot of places, owes a lot of money, that kind of stuff.
She was arrested in Tangier, and the mob boss's son, like, bailed her out.
Yeah, so she's, like, engaged to him and stuff like that. So he's like, oh. And he owns this hotel where they sell a lot of stolen goods. Yeah,
they auction stolen antiquities.
Yeah, so he's like, well, this is where she's going. She's going to go make some money off of it. So he's like, I got to go to Tangiers.
Tangier. Yep.
Yep.
It's just Tangier.
Whatever.
But So, yeah, and then also we find out at this point that Indy's being framed for murder for his colleagues.
Yeah.
Because Sala shows up to save him from some guy who's like, hey, it's the guy! It's the guy who killed people. It's like, come on, dude.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because he was at he was at one of those windows where you watch TV.
Yeah.
And just some dude on the street was like, "Are you that guy on the TV?"
Yeah, you look like that guy on the TV.
Hey, it's the guy. This guy.
It's so annoying.
Yeah.
Anyway, but Sala helps him get to the airport, basically, so he can go to Tangier.
So I was like, I've got my passport.
He's like, I've got my passport. I can go with you if you want.
I'm misadventuring with you, Indiana.
So cute.
And he's like, no, bro.
He's like, this is dangerous. It's not an adventure. I gotta go alone. Yeah.
Like, give him hell, Indiana Jones.
And then he almost gets hit by a car.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh, man. So, yeah,
I loved it.
He's heading off to Morocco.
Yeah.
She's also heading off to Morocco.
Mm-hmm. And this is when Mads Mikkelsen is headed off to Washington. Mm-hmm. So they're all on the plane with the CIA people.
Okay, yeah.
And then he's like, no, we're not doing that. And then they just attack all the CIA people, kill them very easily.
Yeah.
CIA is very inept at this point in time, I guess. Not really able to handle much, but yeah. They get taken out, and he's like, we're going to Morocco.
So, yep, we show up in Tangier. There's the hotel. Mm-hmm. Well, I say we. I mean Indy.
No, we were there.
It was us. It was all of us.
Yeah, we wanted to really experience this movie fully.
So there's the secret auction is happening. Uh-huh. So Helena's there. She's auctioning off.
Of course.
And this is where I started not liking her.
Okay.
Mainly because she's auctioning this thing off that her dad was like... Mm-hmm. Obsessed with and everything. Yeah. She's like, no, I'm just gonna use it to make some money.
Yeah.
I'm like, girl, you could do that with anything.
I mean, she doesn't have anything else to sell right now.
She was like right there. She could have literally stolen anything from those archives in the college.
Yeah.
But okay, sure. But this is gonna fetch a lot more money, I guess.
And it's possible she could have rigged it up to where like whoever bought it, she just steals it back.
True.
You know, but she just wants to make some money.
She needs that money because she's got to pay off the mob. Mm-hmm. And everything.
Indy shows up. Mm-hmm. He's making his way around.
Yep, there's a kid out front that is pretending to... There's like a pilot that is kind of telling him how to fly planes and stuff.
Yeah, he's got a little setup he made. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He sees another guy getting on the phone saying that Helena's there.
Yep.
So he figures something's up.
So he makes it into the secret auction where this auction is happening, of course.
Yeah.
And price is going up and he's like, it's not yours to sell. Yeah. It belongs in a museum.
We almost cheered.
There were so many times where it was like...
He says it a couple times in the movie. Each time we're like, yeah! He said the thing.
Oh, man.
It took so long to get him to say it.
And now he's just saying it until like the third movie. And it was like, come on. It's so funny. So anyway, this whole thing is happening. This whole auction and everything. He tries to steal it back. Mm-hmm. There's a big scuffle.
He pulls out his whip to scare everybody.
Before he pulls out the whip, the
Mads Mikkelsen
shows up with his goons.
Yeah.
And he asks... I can't remember exactly how it gets to it, but he asks Mads Mikkelsen's character, "Are you still a Nazi?"
Yeah.
It's just so weird. And then he tells him, "I don't want to go back." No, he says, I'm Dr. Schmidt, a professor at Alabama University."
Yeah.
First of all, there's no Alabama University.
Right.
So, yeah, his character is based off of Werner von Braun, who was like...
He was a rocket scientist guy.
In NASA. He was...
NASA. He was a Nazi.
He was part of Project
Runway.
Operation Paperclip, where they took a bunch of, like, all of these, like, Nazi scientists, physicists and stuff, and put them to work doing stuff for America.
Yep.
So, yeah, he was part of NASA. Built the Saturn V rocket that sent us to the moon.
Yep.
So that's who he's based off of. I don't know if there are still pictures and things named after him in Huntsville, Alabama, but there's the U.S. Space and Rocket Center that I used to go to as a kid.
Yeah.
And that's how I found out about von Braun, because pretty sure that it was named the Von Braun Center.
Probably.
And then I don't think it's called that anymore. Yeah. So anyway, that's who he's based off.
Yep.
So I was like, huh. And I was just expecting, because I had heard that there was something about I had heard a little something about his character. That it was going to be set during this time and everything. And I was like, oh my gosh, are they going to mention Alabama in here? They did. They actually mentioned Alabama twice, because this is the first mention of it. Yeah. I was like, oh, jeez. So anyway, he's there, of course, to get the dial. There's a big fight and everything.
Yeah, that's when he pulls out his whip.
Yeah.
And then everybody pulls out a gun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The dial just keeps getting, like, tossed around to everybody.
It's a very sturdy dial.
Yep. Helena ends up grabbing it. She throws it to the kid. Somehow it gets taken back from him too. I think Mads Mikkelsen grabs it from him or something. As he's leaving down like the elevator or whatever, Indy tries to stop him and he's like, I'll see you in the past. Because he's getting ready to use it if he can. Yep. So they run out following them, trying to catch up with them and everything. Instead of being arrested because the cops show up.
Cops start leaving.
They're like, we don't want to deal with this because of who's pulling up behind you right now. Because the mob's there. Yep. It's Raheem.
Her fiance's there.
He's like, we're engaged.
Why'd you leave? What took you so long? My dad told me to come kill you. He gave me this scimitar or something.
And told me to bring back your head. And she's like, can it be another piece of me?
Yeah. I thought it was strange. When they go into the hotel, it's very dark. But when they come out, it's bright daylight. And I was like, how much time passed in this whole auction thing? Yeah. It did not feel like it was that long.
It may have been like an early morning auction.
Sure.
I don't know. So, and she sold her engagement ring, too, at some point. Yeah. And I'm like, why didn't you use that money to pay off the mob?
I think she said she used it for something else.
Probably.
I can't remember what it was.
Come on, girl.
Yeah.
Don't be trying to, auction off the Archimedes dial instead. What's wrong with you? So, they jump in a car. Yep. Or it's not a car. It's like a little...
Yeah, a little...
rickshaw kind of thing, but not...
It's like one of those, like, little motorcycle carts thing. Yeah.
They jump in that. Or I guess the kid jumps in it and he pulls up and they get in there with him. The kid's name is Teddy, by the way. Yeah. It takes him a while to actually say his name, but there we go. His name's Teddy. Yep. So there's a big car chase. Yep. They're trying to catch up to Mads Mikkelsen. The mob is after them. And it's just
it's a big old chase going down.
There's so much. At one point, they have 2 of those little motorized things. And
they keep trying to tell Indy where to go, and he's like, I know where. Tangier. I know how to get around.
Exactly.
He's going the opposite way, and it works out. He seems to know it.
He gets to Mads Mikkelsen, and he's like right there, Yep. But yeah, there's big car chase.
Big chart chase.
Big car chase.
Big chart from Archimedes.
There's a big car chase and everything. This is the one where they're just jumping in and out of those
and they're hanging off
carts and hanging off of things,
going back
and I'm just
forth. Like, it was pretty intense.
Oh, dangerous.
Yeah. I thought it was fun though. It was fun. It was fun to watch.
They almost get the dial, but of course they can't.
Yeah.
Can't get it.
Don't quite get it.
Yep.
The fiance and them, they wreck the alley they're going down gets too narrow and they just wreck their car. Rough go for them.
Yep. And Schmidt, of course, gets away with the dial. At one point, Schmidt says, I'm not going back to Alabama. And I was like, boy, I don't blame you. So they get away, of course.
Of course.
Indy has wrecked the thing. He's trying to, or the engine goes out. Yeah. He's trying to fix it. The kid asks him, do you know the Wright brothers?
Yeah. I thought you went to school with them. It's like, they were born in the Civil War. Like, yeah, so I thought you went to school with them.
I was like, how old do you think I am? But he uses gum to fix whatever he needs to fix the radiator to plug it up.
It's like from a tree in the area.
Yeah, and heat resistant. And so they're like, that's not going to work. It does. And so they're like, they don't have the dial anymore, but they can try to find the other half. But to find the other half, they need something called the Graphicos.
Right. It's like a tablet with directions to it.
Yes. So
and she's like, yeah, half that boat. There was so many centurions on there. They're not just going to be transporting that thing. They got to be transporting that and the thing to find the other half.
Yeah, they were looking for the other half.
Looking to put the dial back together.
Because the dial was found by sponge divers.
SpongeBob, yeah. I can't do a SpongeBob. That's Peter Griffin.
Please stop. I can't even think of what. That's
pretty good.
So it was found by sponge divers, but they noticed while they were down there that half of the boat was like cut in half, basically, and half of it was up on a ledge where they could get to, but the other half had fallen down and they couldn't go that far. They couldn't dive that far.
Yeah.
So Indy's like, well, it just so happens that I have a friend who is a diver.
Best diver around.
Exactly. So we're going to Greece. We're going to find him.
Yep.
So that's where they head off. Well, first they go to like Casablanca, and then from there they jump over to Greece, and that's when we meet Antonio Banderas.
Yeah, and in the theater I was just holding back uproarious laughter because of your time when we watched.
We have this little inside joke with Antonio Banderas now.
Yes.
I've been waiting for this movie to come out because of this. So we watched Uncharted several months ago.
The Tom Holland, Mark Wahlberg hit movie.
I wasn't paying close attention.
You were not. Because at the beginning
of it.
Or toward the beginning.
Yeah. Antonio Banderas is there.
They show a lot of pictures of Antonio when they're describing everything.
Okay.
So it's like, obviously, he's gonna be in this movie. Yep.
And then he shows up later, and I go, I didn't know Antonio Banderas was in this movie.
We just saw.
I obviously wasn't looking.
A collage of pictures of Antonio Banderas. Just like, they named his character. They're like, we are going to meet this guy. Like, what? What's he doing here?
I wasn't looking, okay?
So, yeah, when I saw
So, anytime that Antonio Banderas is around, I'm like, I didn't know Antonio Banderas was in this movie. So, as soon as he showed up in the trailer, I was like, yes.
I don't remember seeing him in the trailer.
It shows, like, one little glimpse of him, I think him going, Indy!
Oh, really?
When he's, like, on his ship, and he turns and sees him.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, wait a minute, is that who I think it is? So, I've been waiting.
Yeah.
For this moment. So he's there. He's the diver. He's a Spanish diver.
Yeah.
His name is Reynaldo. I do not actually recall them saying his name, but I looked it up.
Yeah, I don't know.
And he's gonna take him down
out there. Yeah.
So as they're heading out there, they're on the boat. Indy and Helena are talking. He's got like some pages. Oh, it was like letters that Shaw had written to him and has dates. She has memorized like all of her, like the most important parts of her dad's books, the journals that he wrote about the dial. So he's like, do these dates have any kind of significance? And she looks at them, and one of them is like August 1969 and then 1939. And they're like, well, obviously that's like one of the fissures in time or something that's supposed to go back.
It's going to happen in like 3 days.
And that's before the invasion of Poland. So they're like, oh, well, that's obviously what Mads Mikkelsen's character is trying to get to. It's this time period so that he can do something, that he can, I don't know, maybe bring back technology from the future so that they can do all this stuff, like, and win the war.
Or, yeah.
So that's, I guess, what they're thinking.
Or just change certain events.
Exactly. Yeah. So they can change history. Because he's always talking about how, Hitler and how Hitler didn't mess everything up and all this stuff.
I saw all of his mistakes. I could have fixed them.
Exactly. So also during this time, we find out what happened to Mutt.
Yep.
Because she asks what he would do if he could go back in the past and change something. And he would tell Mutt not to enlist. Because he enlisted to piss Indy off, basically. And he died in the war.
So Mutt's dead. No Shia LaBeouf in this movie.
Nope.
Unless he like Force Ghosts later on.
Yeah. So, of course, when he died, that broke Marion, basically. Yeah. And
she just was constantly upset, and he couldn't console her.
Yep.
He didn't know how.
And so that's why they're separated.
Yeah. It just drove them apart.
Yep.
Sad.
So that's why I was like, this is so sad.
Yeah. It was
Poor Indiana. His life is just like, he's, Everything's just terrible. Poor guy.
Yeah, he belongs in a museum.
He does. So, it's time to go diving.
Yep.
They're at the spot where the ship is.
Yep.
The shipwreck. They get all fixed up in their diving suits and everything. Up. He's like, don't cross the streams. Don't crisscross the
pretty much
the stuff.
And once you like go down, you got 3 minutes.
You got 3 minutes. And I was waiting for them to all get crisscrossed up somehow.
Yeah, they didn't.
It didn't.
And I expected the 3 minutes to play into it more.
Yeah.
It didn't really.
Not really.
Yeah.
But anyway. As they're about to go off the side of the ship, they notice there's something like making waves in the water or whatever. Like splashing in the water.
Making their waves downtown.
Yep. And she's like, oh my gosh, is it sharks? And he's like, no, it's eels.
Yeah.
And the little kid is like, eels are like snakes.
He's like, no, they're not.
No.
Stop it.
We do find out that the kid doesn't know how to swim. That's why he's not going down there with them.
Helena also seems to be kind of afraid of snakes a little bit. She seems worried. I don't know.
Maybe.
But yeah, the kid can't swim.
Kid can't swim. And they're like, it's really easy. All you do is this thing.
Reach and pull. Yep.
So he's like, yeah, I'm still not going down there.
Yeah. Right.
I'm like, I don't mind me.
This doesn't seem like the best time to learn.
No. No. So they go into the water. They're heading down there. You can see like where the ship is off the side and everything, and they have their little flashlights and everything. One guy stays kind of on the top of the ledge and shines a light down for him.
Yep. Antonio goes to the next ledge and stays there.
Yep. And then the two of them go down, Indy and Helena go down by themselves.
Yep.
They're looking for the Graphicos.
Find it pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's like shining.
I mean, it's
all
not a
gold
huge ship or anything. A lot of skelly boys, but...
Yeah, but it's in like a chest kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so they go in there, grab the chest, and when they grab it, eels just
eel attack
everywhere.
Yeah.
They're just attacking, biting.
Andy kind of gets caught up and everything. Yeah.
And that's where I was expecting the lines to like get crossed.
Yeah, or the 3 minutes thing.
Yeah, exactly. But no, that doesn't come into play. Not really.
He's got a flare. He
uses
flares
it
at him.
Fight him off and everything.
Helena comes back for him, showing a little growth there that she actually cares, not just all about the money.
Yeah, exactly. And that's when it's like, okay, maybe she's not so
starting
bad.
to care and pulls him up. But as they're coming up, another boat is approaching.
Yep. And the lines get cut.
Well, one of them does. The top guy.
It looked like it was more than one.
Yeah.
Only one
Apparently
person was
just
affected.
one. Not sure why they stopped at just one.
Yeah, so...
It's like if they were wanting them to come back up, how would they know which line
who
got?
was who, yeah.
Yeah, so weird.
But yeah, poor guy at the top, he's dead now.
Yep.
He sinks down.
Yep.
He's gone.
He gone.
They get up there.
I feel like he should have pulled his thing. I don't know why I guess he would have got the bends maybe, but... At least you're not dead.
But I mean, that's what they do with like Helena. I know for sure. I guess the others too. They hit their little thing.
Yeah, but she still has air coming in.
That's true.
So I just didn't know if that would affect it, but
I don't know because I mean he didn't seem to be without air for that long. But
yeah, I don't know.
And he was the closest to the surface.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, so
they all come back.
up. They are caught by the bad guys because, of course, that's who's there.
Bad guys killed the crew, except Teddy.
Teddy's still there.
Not sure why they left Teddy alive.
I don't either
just
because
for the movie.
I don't either because it's like, okay, sure, he's a kid. Yeah. I don't think these people are going to care.
I don't think they care.
That he's a kid and not kill him.
Yeah.
But he's fine.
Yep.
So they bring up the chest that has the Graphicos in it. They pull it out, look at it, and it is a Polybius square. Is how it's encoded, basically.
Yeah, it's not in a language; it's in code.
Yep. And of course, they don't know. They don't know anything. They don't know how to decipher it.
Indy can read it. Though.
Indy can read it, and so they're like, "All right, read this for us." And he's like, "Not gonna do it." So they kill Antonio Banderas' character. Bye.
Yeah, and then Helen's like, "I'll do it."
Yep.
For the right price.
$100,000.
Yep. He pays her with diamonds.
Yep. And she's like, all right, here we go.
Sweet.
So she starts telling them what it says. It's talking about the tomb of Archimedes. It's in Alexandria. Like,
it's like in a city I left or something.
Yeah,
and
all this stuff. And
underneath the Nine.
Yeah, and something about math or walking, but it can also mean math or something, and they're like, oh, it's the school of mathematics in Alexandria under the statue of Cleo because there's the nine muses, and it's like, okay, so that's where they think they need to go.
And while she's deciphering it, she was looking at some dynamite earlier.
Yes.
And she apparently pocketed a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Because she's got some in there.
Yep.
Grabs a smoke from Mads Mikkelsen. And
shows Indy that she's got
yeah.
it, and he helps her, like, or she's got it, like,
Light
behind
it.
her.
Yeah.
So she lights it, and then she throws it, and how does no one die?
Yeah, they kick it down into the, like, below decks there.
But, I mean, nobody,
Still.
she didn't know that they were going to kick it down there.
Yeah.
Could have just exploded everybody.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it explodes. They grab the Graphicos, and they get out of there.
Yeah, they get in
jump
Mads'
on
boat.
the other boat, head out. But, of course, Mads is, like, watching them. He's
With
like...
binoculars, yeah.
Yeah, I can see where they're going.
Because they're like, well, we know where it is, but they're looking at it, and it's made out of, like, some kind of wood or something.
It's made out of wood and wax.
Wood and wax, yeah.
And so he's like, this is heavier than
so
it should be.
It doesn't seem right. So they light it on fire, and
Yeah.
it melts, and there's another little gold disc.
There's a disc in there.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it says different stuff on it.
Yeah, because she says, well, the tomb's not actually in Alexandria.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, well, because he's like, you told them everything. She's like, yeah, that's not
that was obviously a fake.
Exactly.
Archimedes doesn't just do that.
Archimedes is smarter than
Yeah,
this.
that's
Excuse me,
right.
Archimedes.
Archimedes is better than this. He's not going to just give it away.
Yeah, give it away now. So they realize that it's not in Alexandria.
Give it to Archimedes.
They realize it's not in Alexandria. It's in Syracuse.
Yep, Syracuse, New York.
Sicily.
Sicily.
Syracuse, Sicily.
Yeah.
So they head there in the boat, and of course Mads Mikkelsen is watching them.
Yeah, he's like, they're going west, not east, or the
Yeah, or
opposite. I
whatever.
can't remember which one it is.
Yeah, north, not south.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Southeast, not northwest.
So he's like, follow that boat. He doesn't say it,
they
but,
get a little dinghy going, motorized one.
So they're heading out there after him. They get to Syracuse.
Yep. They go to the
And-
coordinates. And there's like a little moon above this Greek style door.
Well, there was something on the disc that told them, well, they knew they were looking for Syracuse because of something on there, and it was talking about the ear of Dionysius.
Right.
Which
I
is
always
like...
said Dionysus. I always said Dionysus.
These are two different
Because
people.
that was it? Okay.
Dionysus is a god. Dionysius
Yeah.
was a king of Syracuse.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah, I looked it up.
I thought it was the drinking god.
No, it was a king of Syracuse, of Sicily or whatever, and the ear of Dionysius is a cave that he would put his prisoners in, and he could eavesdrop on them
Because of the echoes. Nice.
Don't know if it was actually true, but that was the story.
That's a good story. I like
that was
it.
the story behind
Yeah.
it. Yep. So Dionysius.
Yep.
So that's how they knew it was Syracuse. because
Gotcha.
They knew they needed to go there because that's where the tomb of Archimedes supposedly is.
Yeah.
So, they get there. They're about to go off to try to find it. The kid gets caught by the bad guys.
Yeah,
they
the
do
bad
show
guys
up.
do make it because they're like prepping. They're not going to go during the day because there's tourists everywhere.
exactly.
And they're like, we don't want them in our way.
Yep.
And they're getting everything together.
Yeah.
And then the kid's like, I'm going to go steal money from this rich kid and buy a gelato.
I mean, I would too. Gelato are great.
You would
Gelato's
steal
great.
from the kid.
I would. That kid was a jerk. He made fun of his straw hat.
He did. How
Come
dare
on.
he?
So, they get the kid.
Mm-hmm. And he's like, he'll be fine. They're not going to kill him. They
Yeah,
would need him
yeah.
for information.
What information does he have? But he does know where they're looking for, so.
Yeah.
Because he overheard everything.
Yeah.
Because he was there when they were talking about it.
Yeah. And they drive up like they're going to go to the cave. And then Indy and Helena steal a car. One that's going to be
They get there
for a
so
wedding.
much quicker than that.
It's like they get there during the day.
Maybe because they had to question the kid, and he just didn't want to.
Maybe. I guess the kid didn't tell him for a long time.
Maybe.
And they've just been driving around this whole time.
Don't know.
Yeah, it was just another weird like day-night transition. I was
Yeah.
like, what took them so long?
Yeah. So they steal a car from somebody's wedding
Mm-hmm.
and go up to wherever the cave
Yeah.
is.
And then just sneak in.
Yep. So they get in there. They're looking around. They see the crescent, of course.
Yeah.
So they know where they have to go. Climb up there. He's having trouble climbing.
Yeah, because he's like
He's old.
80. Yeah.
And
Like, bro,
she's like,
I get it.
she's like, what are you doing? He's like, look, I've been shot like 8 times.
Yeah.
I drank the blood of Kali.
Yeah. I had a voodoo doll made of me. What do you expect? I got
like-
plates in my legs.
He's like, I've lived a rough life.
Like,
just let me rest
you
here.
chill out.
I'll climb the rest of the way in a minute.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And, I was like, I get it.
Yeah.
Like, fair enough. Take it easy, Helena. Jeez.
Yeah. She's also like, okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Mm-hmm. Sure. They get up there. They have to cross like a bridge. They have to go through all these tunnels. One of the tunnels is full of bugs because we have to have one of these moments. And I was like, ah.
And the bad guys don't have to deal with it for some reason.
Yeah,
I don't know
where
what's
were the
up
bugs
with that.
there? Don't know.
Yeah.
They come into this chamber and there's like a statue of Athena in there. There's a door that they can't open.
And it's full of methane gas.
It's full of methane and they're dead. There are like skeletons in there and stuff too.
So they can't breathe very well.
Yep. So that's why she's like trying to get out of through the door.
I wonder, those soldiers died in there, right? Mm-hmm. Why didn't they leave the way they came?
I don't know. Don't know. I have no idea.
And just, go get some air, come back in. I don't know.
Maybe they were stupid. I don't know.
Probably.
They sent the stupid ones in there.
Yeah. But anyway, Athena, I don't know, goddess of war.
And
knowledge,
I think is what he
sure,
says.
Probably.
But I always thought it was wisdom, but close enough.
Potato-ish.
Exactly. So there's like a little pool of water in there, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, water displacement." That was like Archimedes'
it says
whole
something
thing.
about like life is at your feet or something like that. So it's like, oh yeah, Archimedes freaking loved water displacement. The dude was mad for it. He was like, "Oh man, water displacement, so cool."
He was kind of. I mean, there's like the whole story of when he realized the whole water displacement thing, where like that's when he jumped out of the bath, ran down the streets naked, yelling "Eureka!" His Eureka moment.
Yeah, he's crazy for water displacement.
He's crazy for it. So
he's cuckoo for water displacement.
So they start putting stuff into the water.
Yeah.
They both get in there, and it makes it go over the side. It goes into this little thing, and it opens up a door under them,
ramp,
basically.
Yeah, below them.
Yep. And so they slide down there.
Yep.
And they're into the next little
Sweet
spot.
little water slide.
So at this point, Mads and his cronies and the kid are all in here too now.
Yeah, they're crossing that bridge over it's water.
The kid has tried to get away, so they've handcuffed him to the big guy.
Right.
So he tries to pickpocket the key out of his pocket.
And he does.
Yep, he does.
Sticks in his mouth.
Mm-hmm. And then they fall off the bridge.
Yeah, the bridge breaks.
Like, collapses with them, and they start going through the water.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a little drain kind of.
Yeah, it's a grate toward the end with a hole.
That's just big enough for the kid to go through. So he gets through, he unhooks himself.
Unlocks the handcuffs, handcuffs him to the grate. He's like, you dead.
Yep, big guy's gone.
Yeah, he gone.
And the kid gets out of there, and he remembers he knows how to swim now because he remembers what they told him.
Yep.
So good for him. He learned to swim real fast.
He did.
He's like, this is a live or die situation. I gotta do something.
Yeah.
So they've made it through with the water displacement thing. Mm-hmm. They come up to Archimedes' tomb. It's there.
Yep. It's got those like concave mirror things on there to shine some light in there without setting everybody on fire.
Yeah, because he was all about using mirrors and stuff.
He supposedly had that big weapon. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
So there's some light shining in there, and they pull back the linen or whatever, the cloth there that's covering the skeleton. And there's the other half of the dial.
Yeah,
so they've got
his
it.
belly.
Yep, they've got it now. So grab it. She's looking at the tomb and she realizes
engravings on it.
Yeah, this looks kind of weird. And he's like, "Oh, it's just a phoenix." You know? Yeah. She's like, "This phoenix has propellers."
Yeah, like something's not right here.
And then they look a little bit closer and they realize Archimedes is wearing a watch, a modern day watch.
Wait, what?
What is happening? And she's like, "Oh, Archimedes used it."
Yeah.
So, look at that.
There you go.
And then, of course, here comes Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah. He's like, "Thanks for finding everything for me. Yep. You did a good job."
Yep. He's like, "It's time to conquer time."
Yep.
So,
gets the other half.
Yep.
Puts them together.
Yep. The kid is watching from, he's managed
perched
to get
on
in there. He's watching from a statue. He jumps on somebody. I forget who he jumps on.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But, so a fight breaks out. Mm-hmm. This is where I laughed because Indy and Helena are like behind the tomb or whatever. Mm-hmm. And the kid is just also there, I guess. And he tells Helena, he's like, "Get him out of here." And it just made me think of Buster Blue.
Get him out of here. Yes.
And I was just like, I had to write it on there. I was like, don't laugh, don't laugh. So, yeah, there's, she takes the kid, but she's still watching. Mm-hmm. And she sees Indy get shot.
Yeah. Got shot in that shoulder area that you can totally live through with no problems.
Yeah.
Everybody gets shot there.
You're not going to bleed out or anything. You're fine. So they take Indy with them, and they're going to the airport. Mm-hmm. They get there. They've got a plane there. He tells the plan. He's going to go back to 1939.
Yeah.
He's going to kill Hitler.
Yeah.
And I guess...
take over.
Maybe not him take over, but find somebody else to take over if it's not him. And
I feel like he's going to take over.
He knows, he's already talked about, he knows all the mistakes that Hitler made, so he's going to correct them. Yeah. And
they all put on their Nazi uniforms. Yep.
And they're ready to go. So they're all in the plane. They're getting ready to fly out of there.
Yep.
And Helena, of course, and the kid show up. Helena and...
they followed on a motorcycle. Mm-hmm. She tells...
I forgot the kid's name for a second. It was Teddy.
Teddy, yeah.
Like, it's the name of my grandma's dog. Teddy.
Tells Teddy to can you fly that plane over there? He's like, okay.
Maybe?
She's like, go do it.
Yeah, so he gets in the plane, gets it started.
She chases down the plane in a motorcycle.
Yep. Jumps onto the wheel of the plane as it's about to take off.
Which ever since Con Air, I'm like, that's going to kill her.
Yeah.
Because Dave Chappelle jumps onto the landing gear because Paul Evans dies that way.
Yeah.
So
maybe because it's a modern day plane in Con Air and this is an older one. Maybe it's okay. I don't know. Who knows? But she gets in there.
I don't recommend anybody do that.
No, I would not recommend it. Would not recommend it.
Yeah.
So yeah, and the kid starts flying the other plane behind him.
But there's somebody in that plane.
There is. There's somebody asleep in the plane.
Who's gonna be?
So they're heading toward. There's like this little rift-looking thing in the sky.
It's big storm.
They're heading toward it, and
it's sucking in so many clouds.
Mm-hmm, and Indy realizes something.
Continental drift.
Yep. He's like
Archimedes did not know about continental drift.
Stop saying it that way. Archimedes did not know about continental drift.
Yes.
So he's like, it's
you're
not
going
wrong.
to 1939. I don't know where you're going. You're not going 39.
Exactly.
1399.
1399.
I mean, you might be going to 1399.
Maybe. You're not going to 1939, though.
Yep.
He's like, I don't know where it's going to put us when we go through there.
Yep.
And, of course, Kleber is just like, don't listen to him, don't listen to him. And Mads Mikkelsen's like, oh my god, there's so many things happening. What do we do? And he's like, abort, don't go.
But they can't turn around. It's sucking them in.
They're being pulled in, so they can't get out of it.
Teddy's flying behind them. He's going through.
Yep.
And they all go through.
Yep, they all go through.
Oh, and there's also the pilot wakes up.
Yes, the pilot in Teddy's plane wakes up.
In Teddy's plane. He was asleep back there.
Yeah, he has no idea what's going on.
Yep. He's like, why are you flying my plane?
Yep. So they go through.
Yeah.
And
it worked. They're back in 1939, baby.
There's Syracuse. They're flying up toward it.
Let's go to Poland. Let's put the plan in place.
Well, actually, they're going to Munich, I think. But
whatever. I don't care. Let's do this.
They're going.
Look at all those ships down there. Obviously, warships of.
Those
wait a second.
Look like German warships.
Do we have a lot of sails on our ships at the time?
That's weird. Yeah, we're not in 1939.
No.
We're at the siege of Syracuse in 214 BC.
Yeah. Romans, Greeks, fighting it out.
Yep.
Yeah, it's getting crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where it goes bonkers.
Yeah. Archimedes is there, of course. He's working on the dial. Uh-huh. He's like actively working on it.
Yeah. They're like, we gotta get out of here, man. The Romans are coming.
Yep. And they look out. They see these two planes. Yeah. They're like, there are dragons.
They brought dragons.
Dragons.
Yeah.
So they're like trying to shoot them down and everything.
Yeah. They're doing pretty well.
Oh, yeah. And they've got like all of Archimedes, like his
secret weapons.
His weapons that are there, like the claw things that are like can pull ships like out of the sea or whatever and wreck them up real good.
Yeah.
So they've got all this stuff happening, and there's like projectiles flying at the planes, coming in, almost killing people. Mads Mikkelsen is freaking out. He doesn't know what to do.
He's like, no, I did it wrong.
Yep.
We gotta go back.
No, we've got to go back, and they're like, we can't. Because
it took out like part of their engine.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they are wrecking shop. But But luckily, he has his henchman on there
Oh my
to
gosh.
help out
So this
in the
is
best way
the
you
point.
possibly can.
This is the point where I was like, I can't with this movie
This
right
was
now.
the most insane thing I've ever seen.
So
There's
labor.
so many boats. Thousands of boats, maybe. No,
Yes.
probably hundreds. Hundreds of boats.
I don't know. Lots.
So many people. It's ridiculous. And this guy is like, I know how to stop them shooting us with their like ballistas and stuff. I'll shoot them with a pistol from the sky. Oh man, they're opening up the doors and just like shooting at him. That was absolutely amazing.
They have like a machine gun.
Yeah,
gun
eventually he gets a machine
on the
gun
plane
and just
that-
starts blasting.
They just start shooting the Romans in their ships. I was like, what is happening right now? This guy is insane.
What do you expect to have happened here?
It's so funny. It's so
It is.
funny.
He's just, it's not like even shooting at like the things that are bringing them down. It's just random guys in the boats.
Just randomly shooting.
Yeah.
And I'm like, did I expect anything less from this character?
Yeah.
No.
Because he
not
loves
really.
to shoot, man. And I was just like, this is so insane. What is he doing? Oh, man.
So funny.
Oh,
my
man.
gosh.
I loved it so much. Because it was so stupid. And it was just so great for that character just to be the dumbest guy in the world that just loves to shoot his gun.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Because that's why I
man,
was like, when we were talking about the spoiler-free stuff, and I was like,
it gets crazy.
It goes so crazy.
Yeah.
But the character that does it, it's something you would
I
expect
buy
from
it.
him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. It is in character for sure.
It is. Everybody else is like, what are you doing?
Gosh.
Stop. Amazing.
Yeah.
Loved it.
So
10 out of 10.
oh my gosh. So Indy and Helena end up he has a parachute.
Yeah.
So they end up
Jumping out
of there. They get out, they parachute out.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to safety.
Mads is not so lucky.
No, their pilot has been killed.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way that this
Yeah.
plane is getting anywhere. It just crashes.
Yep.
So
Bye.
rip both of those
Yeah.
guys because they're
Believe the machine gun didn't work.
they're gone.
Yeah.
So plane crashes. Archimedes shows up
Mm-hmm.
with his like friends with like bows and arrows and stuff.
Yeah.
And
Friends. They're his workers.
yeah.
They're like, Master, what can we do? His buddies. His friends from work.
They're friends from work. Oh man. So they show up and at the wreckage of the plane, they find, of course, Mads Mikkelsen's dead body.
Yeah, super dead.
He's all like burnt and everything.
Yeah.
The other guy's dead too.
Yeah.
You see him. He's just kind of like, he's there. He's dead.
Looking good.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't have any like burn marks or anything.
He's like doing finger guns toward him. Even in death, shooting his finger guns.
It's like, we can't do this to Boyd Holbrook, I guess. We just have to, he's got to have like...
He's got a nice smile.
Yeah.
He glints off his teeth.
So they find that and they see, he takes Mads Mikkelsen's watch and puts it on.
Yeah.
And then he sees that he's got the
dial, yeah.
the dial, and he grabs it and he's like, oh, Eureka!
Mm-hmm.
Because he had his...
That's
it's
his
Archimedes.
catchphrase,
You gotta
yep.
have it. You can't have
Yep.
Archimedes and not have him
That's
say
right.
Eureka.
That's right.
Unless it's Archimedes the owl from Sword in the Stone.
Did he not say
Disney's.
Eureka in that?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Should have, but I don't think he did.
Remember those sad squirrels, though?
They made for life and she fell in love with him. God, she's never gonna love
Just
again.
the worst part of that movie. Oh my gosh, so sad.
And she's just like,
She loved him.
oh God.
Anyway.
You ruined her life. I just always think of Merlin as his little squirrel self, and the girl,
Yeah.
like the sword girl, is like the one that falls for him is
Yeah.
just like trying to cuddle him real quick, and he's like, Madam. Oh gosh.
Quality movie. We
Love
should
it.
review that.
It's so weird.
Anyway.
Okay, so
Archimedes goes up to him. There's like a Roman general that's like mad because that one guy was shooting a machine gun and it like
Yeah.
killed his platoon. And he's like, I'm gonna go kill them specifically.
yeah, so he goes up because of course Indy and Helena have parachuted down.
Yeah.
He shows up, he's gonna kill him, but Archimedes' guy gets him
His
first.
buds.
His buddy,
Pals.
his pal ends up shooting him instead.
Yeah.
So that guy's gone.
Yeah. Yep.
Teddy and the pilot are in the plane. They've landed it. They're waiting for him. And Helena's like, we gotta go.
Yeah.
Come on. The thing's gonna be closing like real soon.
Indy's like, dude, this is history. We're witnessing history happen right here.
Yeah. He's like, you go. I'm gonna stay behind. I don't have anything else to live for.
Which I thought was insane. Like, I get it. He's depressed and everything, but...
And he's also thinking he's gonna die.
I guess.
He's like, he's been shot. He's like, just let me die here in Syracuse during the siege.
Why here? What? Like...
I don't know. I think...
It's like brutal times. If they catch if like the wrong side wins and it's like, here's these guys that were on this dragon or something, they obviously mean us harm. Let's torture the crap out of them or something. Like, what does he think he's going to benefit from here?
I mean, I guess he's hoping he's just going to bleed out before it happens. I don't know,
man.
But it's like, no, you're coming back with me.
Yeah.
Of course, Archimedes is there. They start talking to him.
He holds up the dial and the watch.
Exactly. But he keeps the watch, right?
See, I don't know. I don't understand what happened.
Because surely that's the watch that he's wearing in his tomb.
That's what I would think, too.
Because I don't think that Archimedes actually went to the future.
Right.
And got a watch and came back.
Yeah. I thought that, like, Indy would warn him, like, don't use this. It's too dangerous. Continental drift, bro. You don't know it, but just trust me on this.
Yeah.
And that's why he, like, took it apart.
But but he does give him... I thought he did he give him the dial back? Because he was...
Yeah,
he
gave the dial back
because he was working on his own.
Yeah.
So I guess he finished it. He had to have finished it pretty quickly, though. Well, maybe not that quickly, but he had like 2 years to finish it because he's dead in 2 years.
Yeah.
Because Archimedes dies at the end.
I mean, he saw it. He probably was like, oh, this is how it goes.
Yeah, so he makes it. Yeah. And then I guess he's just decides that it's too powerful to use. Then why finish making it? I guess he has to. I don't know. But anyway, Archimedes, like, after the siege of Syracuse, he gets killed.
Okay.
By a Roman soldier. Because the guy who was, like, in charge of the army, of the Roman army, was like, this guy, we don't want to do anything bad to him, we don't want to hurt him, because, you know...
He's very smart.
He's very smart.
People like when he says Eureka.
We want to keep this guy alive. And so Archimedes was, like, working on something. Mm-hmm. And this Roman, it was, like, during this, like, feast day or something. Yeah. And this Roman soldier comes in and is like, you're supposed to be out here celebrating. He's like, I can't, I'm working. And he's like, I'm going to kill you.
Oh, cool.
And just kills him.
Good job. He did it.
So it's like, okay, well, we were trying to keep him alive, but sure, good job. He's getting close to his death. Yeah. Anyway, at this point.
Indy's just like, just go. You gotta go. Let me have this. And I thought she was going to, and then she's like, nah, bro. Nope. Punches him in the face.
Yep, exactly.
Knocks him out.
Yep. Calm down. We're almost done. So he wakes up. He is back in 1969. Yeah. He's in his bed at home.
The dial's there.
Yep, the dial's there. So that's right. He did get it back. He did get back because it's right there on his, like, table side. Yeah. He's all bandaged up because, you know, they fixed his shoulder and everything.
Helena's there. Like, hi, sleepy. Yeah.
Yep. And he's like, why did you bring me back? And she's like, you would have changed the course of history. I couldn't leave you there. Yeah. So he's like, all right.
Is that such a bad thing? Yeah. Yes, Indiana Jones.
He's like, what else do what do I have here to live for or whatever? And she's like, me. She doesn't say it.
No, because the door starts to open.
It's not her. It's
Marian's back.
She's got groceries. Because, of course.
And you had no idea who this was. I had to tell you.
What are you talking about? I knew exactly what
I had to explain it in the theater.
No.
Like, remember that first movie?
No. Stop lying. You're going to make people think that I'm real dumb. I already make people think that in the first place. Don't make them. No. Don't make it even worse. No, I knew it was Marion. So she comes in.
Not Maid Marian. You're thinking Maid Marian. That fox from Robin Hood.
We're almost done with this. Can you please?
I'm just making it worse on myself. All right, yeah, she comes in with Teddy.
Yep, and she's got groceries and everything.
Yeah, he's like, oh my god.
Oh my god, she's back.
So beautiful.
Helena, of course, called her when they got back. Yeah. And she came back. So, yay. Sala is there also.
With his grandkids.
He and the grandkids and Teddy and Helena, they're all like, we're just going to step out and let you guys have some alone time.
Let's go get some ice cream.
Exactly. So they head off to get some ice cream. And so now it's just Marion and Indy together. She's putting the groceries up and everything. She's They're standing in the kitchen.
Yeah, she's like, oh, it looks like
are you
it
back?
hurts.
Well, she says
are you
something.
back?
She's like, are you back? And he's like, yeah, I'm back. And they start talking about being hurt or whatever.
Yeah, she has some. She looks at his wound. She's like, does it hurt? He's like, I hurt all over.
All over.
She's like, I know how that feels.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's like, well, what doesn't
Where
hurt?
doesn't it hurt?
Yeah.
And she's like, here, and points at her elbow, and he kisses her elbow, and he's like, where else? And it was a mirror of from the first movie when they're together, and it was really cute. Mm-hmm. I was like, okay, I like the way that ended.
Yeah.
And because that was the end.
It was. And, we see the hats hanging out on the clothesline as Helena and everybody's leaving.
Yep.
And then he grabs the hat. I was like, wait, he used that hat for sex?
I mean, he should.
See, here's my thing about Mary. What I'm starting to think. Their relationship doesn't work if there's not, like, excitement and, like, stuff's going down and he's getting hurt and everything. Like, she needs him to be, like, this crazy, adventurous guy.
Yeah.
Because when he's
as soon as he's not adventurous, teaching, she's like,
Bro, I'm out. Of course, their kid died.
That's true.
That doesn't throw a wrench in my thing. So, fair enough. But I was like,
She's there for the adventure. She's there
like,
for India. She's there for Indiana, not for Dr. Jones.
Not for Henry, yeah. Yeah, that's why she's like, put on the hat.
She's like, get that whip too.
Where's that hat? Oh, wow. We took that to a new level on there.
I was actually surprised he didn't use the whip as often, very often. He used it I don't know if he used it at all.
It was just like once.
Later.
Yeah.
He used it when he was younger, like in this flashback.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he used it at all as an older man.
I mean, at the auction.
Oh, at that auction, that was it.
Yeah.
And that was just to use it as a threat, not to actually do anything.
But he can't swing anywhere.
That's true. I mean, he probably remembers back in Crystal Skull when he tried to swing onto the back of that.
Yeah, it did not work.
Of that car and then just crashed into another one.
Yeah, it's like I'm not doing that again. Yeah.
It ain't worth it.
Yep. So that's the movie.
Yeah.
The end of the Indiana Jones movie. Which is, I hope they leave it there. Honestly.
Oh, yeah, I do too.
I think it's good.
Which, he doesn't want anybody else to play.
Yeah, I don't think
Indy.
Anybody. They canceled all the prequel stuff they were going to do.
Yeah.
So hopefully they keep it that way.
And I know a lot of people were saying, they're doing this one so that they can set up Helena as the next. I'm like, no.
They already said they're not doing that.
Yeah, I don't think it would have worked anyway.
Yeah,
because she's fine as a side character. Mm-hmm. But I didn't like her enough to go see her in another movie as Helena.
See, I thought
Helena Shaw and the whatever, blah blah blah.
I thought they were being very, what is it called? Oh, I don't know. They were saying he had the hat hung up on the clothesline because he's hanging up his hat.
Yeah.
But then he grabs it for sex, so I don't know.
You're assuming that's what it's for.
What else did he need it for? What were they gonna do?
I don't know. Maybe he just likes wearing it around the house.
Come on. Anyway, I thought it was a good way to go out.
Yeah.
So good job. The new director wasn't directed by Steven Spielberg.
No.
It was actually it's not.
The same guy who did Logan, I think.
Oh, really? Logan? Yeah, that sounds right. So, good job.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are probably going to be ragging on it and everything, but I
don't know why. I think if you're going in wanting to hate it,
you're probably going to hate it.
But
if you're just going in to have a fun Indiana Jones adventure,
if you're not expecting Raiders, if you're expecting Last Crusade level, which Last Crusade is my favorite, but I recognize maybe it's not as good as Raiders, but it's fun. Yeah, and I think this one's fun as well.
Yeah, and a lot of people are, I'm sure, are probably going to be like, "Oh, this is the worst of the series." It's not.
Oh, no way.
It's not.
No,
I'm sorry.
Crystal Skull is
still the worst
by far. Yeah, I even kind of like this one over Temple of Doom.
That's fine.
Come at me, bros. If I just wish Short Round would have shown up.
Yeah,
that's the only thing I wish would have made this so much better.
Yeah, but it would have been a quick cameo probably. But I would have been happy with that.
I would have been happy if he'd have been the diver. But then he would have been killed.
No. Yeah, we don't want that.
But change that. Don't have him killed.
Yeah. Could have had him what would have been really cute is if at the end, if he was when they get back, if he's Indy's doctor or something.
Because he's Asian.
No. That's not what I was thinking. I was just trying to think of any kind of character that he could be.
What doctor? Oh,
well, I mean, just
anybody.
have him as a doctor.
Okay.
Or have him, like, you could have had him... Oh, you wouldn't want to put him, like... I was going to say, you could have had him at the retirement party, but he's got to get out of there before they start shooting people.
Yeah, we're putting him in a lot of dangerous situations.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a place where he's not in a dangerous
He's running
situation.
the ice cream shop.
There we go. There we go. He's an ice cream vendor.
Yeah, there you go. The after credits. They show up at the ice cream shop and he's there.
Because it's like you can't put him in Syracuse at the
as a Roman.
Well, no, you can't put him. No, I was gonna say in like 1960s Syracuse, you can't have him there.
Run in the cave.
I guess you could have it. Yeah, you can have him run in the cave because that guy gets killed.
Yeah,
you could have him as a tourist. But then that'd just be weird.
That'd be weird.
It's like,
he's just walking around.
Hey, I recognize you.
Yeah.
You gotta have him as some kind of a substantial role, but not where he's in danger.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to put him in danger.
No, he's a sweet, precious boy.
You can't do that to him.
He is a sweet, precious boy. All right.
Oh, man.
Well, let's get on to our snack.
Okay.
So we can
Maybe
close
melting.
this out. All right, so what are we having for our snack today?
This is a limited edition Hershey's white cream with sprinkles and popping candy. So it's like it looks kind of like a cookies and cream.
Yep, with Pop Rocks instead of chocolate.
Yes, and it's also sprinkles, so it's got red and white sprinkles because it is very patriotic looking.
Yes.
It's July 4th. We needed something patriotic. I've had these for a couple of months.
Yeah.
They've just been sitting in my kitchen waiting for us to eat.
Torturing us.
Yep, because I was like, oh, I found them, I saw them, grabbed them, and I was like, when are we going to eat these? These seem...
We had to wait so long.
Kind of patriotic. They've got like firework looking things on the package.
They're very patriotic.
Yeah, so I'm like, maybe we can do them July 4th. So.
Yeah, let's give it a try.
Okay, I'm going to be a monster and just eat.
You are.
Do the whole corner. Oh, there's some popping candy.
Is it just me, or does it taste like there's dirt in there? Like the sprinkles don't taste good?
It doesn't taste like dirt to me.
It tastes like dirty. I don't know. Something maybe like artificial. I don't like this.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
At all. That is a bummer. I really thought I was going to really like this. Do the cookies really make the bit difference in the Hershey's Cookies and Cream?
I think so.
Wow.
I think that's what it is.
Wow. I was excited for the Pop-Rocks. I think the sprinkles are the problem. Pull those sprinkles out. Just give me Pop Rocks and white chocolate. I'll take that. This is a no from me, dog.
Yeah, it's not that great.
But what are we going to rate these compared to everything else we do?
I mean, it's not the worst thing that I've had.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I'll eat something and I'll give it like a bad score and then I might try it again. I'm like, it's maybe not as bad as I thought it was.
And you eat
or,
all of them.
Or I'll be like, it's not really good either.
Yeah.
But I'm going to eat this whole bag.
But it's right here and I want to munch on something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is what happened with those little flying saucer things. I was like, these are awful.
Like the worst thing we've ever had.
So gross. It's just like eating paper and I'm like, I guess I could eat paper. It's fine. Because I took them to work and I just had them on my desk and I was just like, I'm bored. I'm just going to eat these. Oh, man.
Yikes. I'm giving them like a 3.
I was going to say, I was thinking more like 4. Because it's not terrible, but it's not good either.
Yeah.
It's definitely not above a 5.
No way.
It's not in the top half. It's somewhere in the bottom. So I'm going to give it a 4.
Yeah.
A generous 4.
Yeah, I agree.
Because, I mean, I do like white chocolate.
Yeah.
But that first bite, I don't know, there was something sour. That first bite, it was like there was something sour about it.
Really?
To me. But I don't know what. But
I just got dirty.
I don't know. Just stick with Hershey's Cookies and Cream.
Yeah. Get a bag of Pop Rocks. Grab a Hershey's Cookies and Cream. Throw them in your mouth together if you want to have that.
Because, I wonder what it would taste like. We might have to try that. Just get a bag of Pop Rocks and Hershey's Cookies and Cream.
Yeah.
And just try it and see if it's any better.
I mean, it can't be worse.
Because, it may just be the sprinkles that are doing it.
I think those sprinkles are ruining everything.
Plus, like, a lot of times if you have, like, white chocolate, if you don't have some kind of just regular chocolate in it, sometimes it can be a bit too much. So maybe that's kind of part of it, too.
Probably. All right. Well, let's wrap this up. So, what did you think about the new Indiana Jones movie, and where do you rank it on the Indiana?
On the indie scale.
Indie scale. Let us know on Twitter while it lasts.
Oh, God.
At Having Funcast or on Facebook at Having Fun Pod.
Or you can send us an email to havingfunpod@gmail.com.
All right. Go have fun, and we'll see you next week. Happy 4th of July. Goodbye.
Bye.